Okay, good morning. So, we are going to try something a little different today. And you're going to follow along with my video with the activities that I've made. So you will need one of your notebooks from your binder. So go ahead and take one of your notebooks out. And if you have a Sharpie, go ahead and write your name and our class. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can just write the name of the class on the inside. And then when we meet back in person again, you will then write with a Sharpie on the cover. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to pause and go get your book. Okay, so now that we have our books, we're going to turn to the first page in our book. And the very first page, you're going to write table of contents. You can pause the video as many times as you need so that you can copy it down. Next, we're going to leave 2 pages blank for a table of contents. And what we're going to do is we're going to do today's lesson on this page. So I'm going to fold my notebook over so I have enough room. And we're going to work on repeated addition today. So let's write our heading, repeated addition. And you're going to write this in your notebook as well. Again, pause the video as many times as you need so you can write it down. Okay, so what is repeated addition? It's exactly as it says. It's addition that's being repeated. So this is when we're adding the same numbers over and over and over again. Okay. It is also a different strategy when you're multiplying. If you're not comfortable multiplying yet, or if you're just learning how to multiply, repeated addition is a good way to learn and for you to actually use as a refresher or a check to see if you've multiplied correctly. So if I have the problem 2 times 3, so we're going to write that problem 2 times 3, okay? With multiplication, it means I have 2 groups, and inside each group I have 3. And remember, if I am writing it down, you are writing it down. This needs to be in your notebook just like mine. Remember not to go beyond the margin so that everything is nice. And we also need to number our problem. So this is number 1. Okay, so we can use repeated addition for this problem. In this group, I see 1, 2, 3 circles. And in this group, I see 3 circles. Okay? So when I add this up, repeatedly adding the number 3, I get 6. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Now let's try this for a different problem. I'm going to move over, leave some room, and I'm going to number this number 2. This time I'm going to do 3 times 4. So again, if I'm going fast and you need to stop the video, stop the video. So 3 times 4 means I have 3 groups. And inside each group I see 4 things. Now these do not always have to be circles, they can be anything, okay? And let's remember that with multiplication, I can go in the opposite direction, so I can say 4 groups of 3. Okay, so repeated addition says, add the numbers that many times. So I'm going to add the numbers in this group, which is 4, plus the numbers in this group, which is 4, plus the numbers in this group, which is 4. Next, I'm going to add these all up. So first, I'm going to add the first 2 numbers, which is 4 plus 4, So 4 plus 4 is 8. Then I'm going to bring down this plus and this 4. Then I'm going to add these two numbers, 4 plus 8, or 8 plus 4, and that gives me 12. So 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Okay. Let's drop down about 2 lines and we'll number this number 3. And again, pause the video if you need to. Okay. So let's say I have this many squares. Okay. And inside of each square I have this number, the number 5 in each square. And I wanted you to write this as a multiplication problem and as a repeated addition problem. So as a multiplication problem, first thing I want to do is I want to figure out how many groups do I have. So now my groups is the boxes. So how many boxes do I have? That's how many groups I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups times how many times? Or I have the number 5 how many times? I have the number 5 times. Or I have 5 groups and in each group there's the number 5. Okay, so this is 5 times 5. So what if I didn't know what 5 times 5 was? I can also use repeated addition to solve this problem. So I have 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. I see that I have the number 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I can add them up to figure out what 5 times 5 is. So let's add them up. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5. So now I can add these. 10 plus 10 is 20, and 20 plus 5 is 25. So 5 times 5, or 5 groups with 5 in each one, is 25. Let's try one more. So number 4. Let's say I had the problem 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. This is a repeated addition problem. How can I write this as a multiplication problem? Well, I see that all the numbers are 3's, so I can write 3. And how many times do I see the number 3? I see 3 this many times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I see the number 3 4 times. Or I can say I see 4 groups of 3. So, or 4 groups of 3, which is 4 times 3. So you can solve this as a multiplication problem, or you can solve it as an addition problem. So for class, I want you to solve number 4 in your notebook, just like I have it here. You can give me the answer as a repeated addition, and then you can solve it as a multiplication. If you're solving it as a multiplication, it is okay for you to draw 3 groups and show me 4 inside, or draw 4 groups and show me 3 circles inside. So your notebook should look like mine. Okay, and one last thing that I want to do is I want to highlight my heading. So my title for this exercise or activity is repeated addition. So I would like to highlight that. Once you're done with number 4, the last thing you'll do is you will take your worksheet, which looks like this. Okay. And I have gone ahead and cut my worksheet out already Notice that I still have my solid black line. You will cut your worksheet out and keep your solid black line so it's nice and neat. And then you will complete this worksheet for me. Once you're done completing it, what I want you to do is I want you to take your notebook and turn your page. And then I want you to glue it into your notebook, just like that. And that will be your classwork for today. Okay, I will see you in a few minutes.